All right, guys, it's Jahlon with the Paradox Gaming Network, and today we have our next pre-alpha look at Ashes of Creation. Today we're going to be looking at the May store updates, and then we have the opportunity to dissect today's live stream. So that's all I have on the agenda. I have a lot of video clips to splice in, so let's get through the store stuff real quick. The new store stuff, the pack values haven't changed. The only thing that changes this month is the cosmetics themselves. So if you've not purchased your pack yet and these cosmetics appeal to you, you're not losing anything by having waited. Again, if these cosmetics don't really appeal to you, if you don't want any of these skins, you can go ahead and wait till next month. Maybe next month's skins will appeal to you. Just remember, if you don't pick up a cosmetic this month, it is gone forever. To show you those individual cosmetics and the prices that a backer already pays, you can pick up any individual cosmetic as a backer as long as you have the pack that it first appears in. So what I mean by that is if you want just the Swiftclaw mount, you would have to already have purchased a Voyager pre-order pack, a Kickstarter pack, or a Summer Backers pack. That's because the Swift mount first appears in the $250 pack. If you've done that, if you bought one of the previous months, you can buy the individual cosmetic. So this month, we have a Caravan skin, costume cosmetic, we have another freehold building, and then the standard usual mount, pet, and cosmetic. I really do like the cloak. I'm thinking about picking that up. So now what I want to do is I want to get into the live stream highlights, and just like I did for the packs panel, I'm going to present some information and then I'm going to provide Intrepid's sound bite for it. So first and foremost, a lot of people keep saying to me that they're concerned about the staff size, that they don't think Intrepid has enough people. Well, they currently have 70 people currently working on the project. Over 30 of those are in-house. And they said today that they do have the vision and the view that they're going to have to get up to about 200 people. They are very keyed in on maintaining their community, their culture in their development studio. They want to get the right talent who fit that community. And they say that their success is that community. If you watched my PAX panel highlights, you'll see that they talk about if people are looking around and they see somebody filling a hole, that available people won't ask what they can do. They'll just pick up shovels and they'll start filling that hole. That is a very unique dynamic. Let's clip over to the soundbite.
Right, and today we have over 70 people working on the project. 30 in-house, over 30 in-house.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, I want to talk about the timeline. People are still amazed that Intrepid is moving at the pace they are. I'm not surprised. I've done a lot of similar work with commercial off-the-shelf products. Not MMO development, but I've done other projects overseeing, supervising people that use commercial software. And we're going to talk about the engine in the next clip. But they're a little ahead of schedule, and I put that in quotes, a little ahead of schedule. At the PAX panel, they definitively anchored in Alpha 1 will start in Q4. Don't let a little ahead of schedule snowball again and start trying to pull that into Q3. I think Q4 is generous enough. You're going to hear in the soundbite that they originally were aiming for the end of 2018, which is December. Now we're going to get that in Q4, hopefully October, but let's not get overzealous. If we get it in November, that's still early. They are working on a pull method, not a push method. If you know what this is, it means when you're pulling work towards you instead of waiting for stuff to get pushed and then work on the next piece. So just that phrase right there dialed me in from the production mentality, because I know the difference between pull systems and push systems. And just trust Jahlon on this. Anytime you're operating on a pull system, you are definitely operating in a very secure timeline. And I love the fact that they say they have a clear vision of what needs to happen. And then they're doing it. They're not spending a lot of time in conceptual meetings of what should we do. It's pretty clear that Steven's vision is being given to Jeff, and then Jeff is translating that vision into action. Let's check out what they have to say.
Yeah, we're getting close to really kind of showing that stuff. In fact, I think we actually might be a little bit ahead of schedule on it, which is cool.
Yeah.
Always good to be that way. It gives us more time for testing and stuff.
I mean, to really show you, like, to tell you, like, how excited or how well we're working together and how much progress we've made. I mean, we were talking about doing Alpha 1 in at the end of 2018.
Right.
And at the rate at which we're going, I mean, we're stoked to be able to do this.
Bacon confirmed.
Careful.
Bacon confirmed, though. It's okay.
But yeah, it doesn't really count. I mean, but to go into that first phase, you know, in Q4 is actually, you know, it's a big deal, right?
It is. It really is.
All right, next up is the engine and the gameplay, and I know this is one of those issues that just keeps coming back over and over and over again. If you watch the whole video, you're going to see that the gameplay footage was done on a machine on a GTX 970. Now you got to remember that that Twitch downgrades the bitrate on the video a little bit, so take that for what it is. But it still looks really good for where they're at in development. Yes, they're using Unreal Engine 4, and they have 14 engineers supporting the effort. Now, some of that is done through Epic, that Epic gives developers the tools and the support they need. Yes, they have access to the source code. You're going to hear them say they get to do things powerfully and quickly. That's because if they need to make a change to the source code, they can, but other than that, they're just working with it and they're going with it. Let's jump in.
And one of the primary voiced concerns about Ashes was, they're using UE4.
Right.
They're using UE. You can't do an MMO with UE4. And spending time early on our backend solutions for UE4 and accommodating the amount of players we want to see on the screen and having good performance both server side and client side. UE4 couldn't have been better, and our engineers could not have done better.
I really think they knocked it out of the park on both sides. I mean, we've got Epic's here, so we get a lot of help from them. And there's nothing that UE4 can't do if you tell it to do it, right?
Right.
You have access to the source code, so it's like if there's something that's not working the right way, we just change it. You know, we did have to change some things, right? But I mean, that's why we have engineers. Engineers work on the hard problems like that.
And right now, networking-wise, the number of engineers we have between here and
other places,
working on our back-end solutions, I think is totally 14.
Yeah, just about.
Right now, just about 14 engineers. So, and I'm gonna be a little bit of an Epic, Unreal Engine evangelist right now, but the engine is remarkable. They have done a great job. Epic has in creating an out-of-the-box kind of engine, and then giving the developers the tools and the support. To facilitate the changes they may need to make.
Right.
All right, now the next thing is just going to be the assets showcase. Usually I pull this out in stills and then direct you back to the video, but I just want to just showcase this so that you can hear all the things they talk about these assets.
Again, a lot of this stuff is first pass, so these are work in progress. As part of our transparencies, you get to see things as they are being worked on. Yeah, so we can start showing some of that stuff. What do we got here?
Those are cool.
Oh, these are cool. Yeah, these are some of the tribal assets, the buildings that Javier Perez has been working on. Love the textures and materials.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Yeah, very cool. What else we got?
Yeah, Javier's textures are just nuts. Like, these are static images, so you can't really see it. But when you're in game and it's like you can touch them. They have like this tactileness to them that is really cool.
Yeah, I love like the flooring there. I like how the light is capable of coming in from those skylights there. Oh, this is an area that we have not mentioned yet.
Like, really,
this is last
first
week,
pass.
right? Yeah, first pass on a particular dungeon that has some lore importance behind it, but this is in game that dungeon's first pass that Javier is working on. Yep. I love the emissives on that lava.
It's so warm, like you can
I know,
you can totally feel it.
Yeah, exactly. I totally
Yeah.
Well, it's
agree
cool to
with
watch it in motion too, because all that lava stuff, like it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's got
That's-
all the UV stuff working, so it's moving.
I love
which
it.
is pretty cool.
that. I love it.
And then moving on to
Oh,
John's.
Yeah, John
John's
working on some of that elven housing.
housing.
Yeah. Oh, I love the detailing on the the stair railing. Yeah, those look good. The interior looks nice as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the textures there on that wall material. Some more of the elven housing John's done. I like that a lot. The roof looks great.
Yeah, those roof lines are fantastic.
Yes.
Outstanding.
Oh yeah, that looks. I like the circular architecture for the columns there.
Mm-hmm.
That was really nice, and then they fit well with the windows.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, this place.
Pretty amazing.
Oh,
this
John
place.
working on one of the university areas. John, this place looks great. I love. You guys see the statue there is in a T pose, but
It's a placeholder.
Yeah, placeholder statue.
The stairs aren't stairs, but it's okay.
Stairs aren't stairs, ramps. Hey, it's handicap friendly.
Hey.
Yeah. It's Bacon's
housing.
human housing assets.
Housing
Yeah,
assets.
these are huge.
Literally.
Literally. Oh yeah, that's a
That's
interior.
a
This is-
mage tower.
That's the mage
Interior
tower.
of the mage tower.
Yeah.
Nice. The human mage tower looks good.
Yeah, it definitely has a different flair.
Oh, it does. For
I haven't
sure.
seen
What's so
these yet.
distinct?
Oh, that looks
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
cool.
I
Human
think
stuff's
it's
very blocky and
well, it's
square
easily
and-
culturally identifiable,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I love that the shapes are kind of housed within the different cultures, right? And they kind of adhere to that.
Yeah, the shape language all works for each race.
Yes, I think it looks great. Some more of the
These are
housing.
kind of out of sequence. So we're back to housing again.
Another important thing about these images, guys, that you're seeing is, you'll notice that the ground is very plain. This is what's called a playground. This is the castle. One of the castles.
So very early,
getting
very
ready
early.
for castle sieges in our first
Exactly.
phase of Alpha 1. Yeah, you'll notice that the ground is very plain. That's because this is what's called a playground. So you kind of take art assets that are being built, you throw them into the world so you get lighting on them, but it's not in an area that has developed
Yeah, it's not
terrain.
an actual level.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
our
Yeah, this is
internal
all
level.
just the beginnings, the first pass and all this stuff. So
Yep.
It's so it all loads
Like this is
quickly
in
and you
color,
can get in and
yeah.
check it out.
Oh, these are great. This is Jeff
That was cool.
Deliere. Did some concepting for different weapons. I think we have one-handed sword, two-handed sword, scepters, daggers, pole arms.
why don't we have three-handed swords?
Huh? Why don't we have three-handed
Three-handed
swords?
swords.
Wow.
You have to work in tandem.
Entirely inappropriate. This is wands there. Wands there. What else we got there? Oh, there we go. Okay. I accidentally left that one there. That's okay, though.
Oh,
That's okay.
Quick, change it.
Is that
Change it.
your next
Change it.
one?
Turn it,
Next
turn it,
one? Oh my
turn it.
god,
Next
no.
one. There
Oh
it is.
my
There
god,
it
okay.
no,
Not fast enough.
The crossbows.
So we got some bows. We have potion launchers. We have wands and shields with orbs and spell books for these concepts on the weapons. Love it.
Potion launchers. That's
Oh yeah,
awesome.
potion launchers, absolutely. These are some statues that Ryan
Ryan.
Richmond has been working on, which, by the way, I love these statues.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
These
awesome.
elven statues.
So
They're-
that T-pose guy we saw earlier would be replaced with one of these.
Right, yeah, absolutely. These are great.
Maybe you guys want to vote on it.
Vote
one
on
do you
a
like
statue?
better?
Which one do you like best? Oh my gosh, should we do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, really? I like them
Well, in
all.
case
I do
you like
too.
them all.
They all win.
I know, I was gonna say, yeah.
Unless there's one in there you don't like. You say, oh, everyone but this one.
Next up, the character creation suite. I absolutely love this. I love that their plan, that their desire is they want to be able to push the content creation suite out before launch. The last game I saw this in was, well, I saw it in ArcAge. If you bought into the alpha or the beta, you got to make your character and save it. I'm the kind of person, I like to spend a lot of time on my characters, a lot of customizations. Obviously, you can see my icon for everything Paradox Gaming is my chibi, is Jahlon, his look. A game before that I spent forever with was Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. We had the character generator then, too. I love this because on launch day, you don't feel like you're just pushing out a character to get into game. And I like the fact that they allude to possible contests with character designs.
Will we get to make our character before launch? I personally, and I think Jeff feels the same way as is Bacon, that I would like to offer our character creation character creation suite before launch, and have an opportunity for people to participate in contests for the most cool character,
that'd be cool.
Save the character, and have it
Bring it on when it goes to live. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
That we are going to work for that.
We very much want to.
Yes, absolutely.
Combat arena.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, big question a lot of people have had is how are name reservations going to work? Now, me, I'm laid back and chill. I'm not worried about name reservations because I just want to get to Alpha 1. But for those of you that are worried about it, that your name means a lot to you, they talk about it. The higher tier packages are going to have their reservations first, but let's let Steven explain it.
How does saving a name work for the backers? Is it like people with higher packages go first? I feel like that's fair. So when we do implement our name reservations that we offered through Kickstarter, and I believe is also offered in the Intrepid pack on the pre-order store, the way that'll work is it'll come by order of tier first, and each tier will get access to the name reservation before the tier beneath them, and then so on. And when that functionality becomes available as we draw closer to beta, that will get exposed on the website.
All right, next up is the Ashes of Creation app. Now, I talked about this in a previous video, and I like to pull out what I think are the highlights, and I absolutely love the app idea. I love this about Neverwinter. When I was working, I'd love to just on break pull out some stuff, do some things in Neverwinter. So when I got home, my NPCs, my retainers, they were free to do more stuff for me. I love the fact that you're going to have accessibility to the game, your freehold, maybe rotate crops, that you're going to be able to interact with people on the phone and on the tablet. I know some of you are workers. You have those JOBs, and you're like, man, I'm disconnected all day, or I have to work late. I can't talk to people, can't let people know. I just love this. The announcements of major events, housing-specific events like your sieges, you can't be like, oh, I didn't know. They're big on making sure people are dialed in and they know. Now, big disclaimer on this is that this may not appear until after launch, and they talk about resources in a couple of places. They don't want to pull resources off making the game to make something that adds on to the game. Let's listen to them.
Do you plan on making an app to receive world event notifications, talk to friends, and item management?
Good question!
That is a great question. I think we spoke about this before on one of the other streams, but the answer to that is yes. There will be an application on your phone for players to download, and it'll give them that kind of data, right?
Yeah.
They'll get world event notifications, notifications that pertain to their citizenship and or houses.
Yeah.
They'll be able to change out perhaps some crop rotations, maybe
interact with the game in some ways, right? Like, we're not quite there yet, and some of it may come post-launch, but because certainly the game itself is what our focus on. But we do want people to interact with the game on their phones when they're away from the computer, and we're going to do as much as we can to make that cool.
Right now, I know the huge thing that everybody wants to know, and I know that Intrepid promised us the class blogs, and I really, really want to sit down with Steven and say, hey, you guys promised us some class blogs. Where are they? However, they are really trekking along on their tech testing, on they were at GDC, they were at PAX, so I'm going to be a little forgiving about not getting as much stuff. They talk about it in the video today in the live stream, about the double-edged sword of transparency. So I'm willing to let that go a little bit. We do know that we're going to see these other 4 archetypes in detail in Phase 2 of Alpha 1. Now, I know that's late this year, early next year, but I think maybe we can go find that clip where we said we would get class blogs and maybe pull a little out of Steven. He's pretty reasonable, but just for the record, this is what they said.
See the other 4 classes by Malgus. When we see the other 4 archetypes, I would say Phase 2 Alpha 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
By phase. You'll see an iteration of those archetypes in Phase 2 of Alpha 1.
Yep.
Next up is global announcements. And this one for me was, I get it. I really do. I was a game master. I was a dungeon master for tabletop games for years. I was a storyteller for live action roleplay. So I get that there's a little out of character finagling you need to do. Ideally, information would pass on from player to player, that it would all be in character. I see in-game communication. The problem is that we all know that people talk on TeamSpeak. We all know that people talk on Discord. And to keep the playing field kind of level, global announcements for the things that need to be well known, castle sieges, node sieges, legendary bosses, those things are going to have global announcements. Now, the little minute things, those aren't. Like the local caravan, you're not going to see caravan messages popping up. Let's check this out.
Will there be global announcements for world-changing events, or will it be something that spreads through players?
It's really hard to picture right now. Ideally, I would love that stuff to pass through players. But there are really important events that kind of need that people need to have awareness of, right? Like when a castle is up for attack, right? Mm-hmm. We need to tell everybody about that.
Node sieges, castle sieges.
Right, like those things are necessary.
Legendary world boss attacking, triggering the city, but not caravans,
not a local node event.
Right.
There may be other events that are kind of, we play with and we don't announce. But again, it's about finding the right balance between those two things. Because if we don't tell anybody about something that is happening, then the consequences of that are kind of like almost shitty, right? Like we don't want a node disappearing off the map and everybody was asleep when it happened and nobody had an opportunity to sort of counter that, right? So yeah, I mean, it's about the event and what specifically we're talking about. Some things we do want to pass through player word of mouth. Other things we will announce.
Yes, so.
And now for the last topic, and I know everybody is all about this. When are we getting Nodes 3? Well, I have the answer for you, and don't kill me, because it's soon.
Nodes Part 3. We are still working on Nodes Part 3. We want to deliver a Nodes Part 3 that is to the standard we want. And when that is ready, you shall see it.
Yeah, just to keep to sort of explain that a little bit. Doing videos like that and explanations like that takes resources away from us. So it's about trying to find the right time and when people have spare cycles to work on that kind of thing. It's not that we're trying to avoid it. It's just that it's been busy.
All right, guys, and that is it for today. You guys know that every video or every couple of videos I like to do the total transparency thing. I hit my 100th referral, so that was kind of a big accomplishment for me. I would rather see that visits number going up. I'd rather see the conversion rate going up. A lot of people are checking the game out. I like that. I'm going to shamelessly say, if you haven't already registered for Ashes, if this is your first time seeing something Ashes related, use my referral link. I get 15% on everything you guys spend, and that helps me kick it back to the Paradox Gaming Network. Also, for people, if you think you registered with my referral link, or you did, and you've purchased something and I'm not reflecting it, let me know. Shoot me an email, shoot me a Discord message. 100% transparency is my goal, so I want you guys to know. That's why I cut and paste it directly. This is exactly what is reflecting, so no shenanigans there. And that's it, guys. Here's all the ways to get in touch with me. If you need me, Discord's the easiest. I'm on it pretty much every minute that I'm awake. I carry my smartphone with me, my tablet, or I'm at my computer. You can check me out on my stream on Wednesday nights and Friday afternoons. Come on in, ask a question about anything, really, life, the universe, Ashes, Bless, anything you want to talk about? And then I would be remiss if I didn't give a big thank you to all of my sponsors. My sponsors just keep putting a little bit of money in my pocket every month, lets me do some giveaways. And I will definitely be doing giveaways with all those Intrepid bucks. All right, guys, I'm going to get right to the production floor, try to push this video out late Friday night or early Saturday morning, and I will see you next time. Hey, where are you going? You're not done yet. See these videos? There's videos up here to watch. You gotta go over here. Hit the chibi. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the webpage. And I'll see you guys on Twitch.